All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here on a Monday, Martin Luther King Day here in the United States. So there was no US stock trading today. So things were pretty quiet. But last night, things weren't so quiet. And yeah, there was a big dump. Now it's like a mini October 10th. It's like 1/20th the damage of what October 10th was. But it was still quite a bit of a sell-off. Quite a bit of liquidation. So we're going to look at that. And we're going to look at, of course, the bullish outlooks that people on crypto Twitter just continue to post. And I just shake my head because that's not how I view the market going forward. So we're going to talk about that. How's everybody doing? You know, some may say that this crash last night was my fault. All Kriss's fault. Because I didn't do a live stream. I was busy. The New England Patriots were playing football. New England Patriots. And they won. And that's when this dump happened. So I was sitting on my couch when that dump happened. I saw it happening and I was just like, oh, just shaking my head. And I was just, yeah, shaking my head. Kind of like October 10th, you know, that kind of, oh my God. But I was watching the football game. So, yeah. So we had that yesterday. Now this is a nice little recovery back over 13 cents. We dipped underneath the brown box all the way down to 12 cents. All the way to, the wick is all the way down to 12 cents. On some exchanges it was about 12.1, but we didn't have that mass liquidation down into the 11s or lower. So, and because today was, again, United States holiday, no stock trading, volume was just really low all day. But Doge was kind of climbing back up. So I guess that's a good sign. Bitcoin was kind of doing the same, just kind of slowly going up. It's now at over $93,000. So we got $93,000 Bitcoin and 13-cent Dogecoin. So that's how we start today. Welcome, everybody. I'm back. It was a very, very busy weekend and wasn't able to live stream or make any videos or anything because I was just like, it was busy. And we got a lot of snow last night, too. If you're watching the New England Patriots, Houston Texans football game, you saw the snow we were getting. It was coming down. It was coming down, and it came down pretty much all night. So much so that, I mean, you do get some beautiful pictures, though. I mean, just gorgeous pictures. It was that, like I said in my post here on X, it was that kind of snow that was fluffy and wet. It's hard to believe it was fluffy and wet, but it was. And it was the kinds that like sticks to all the trees. So today it's like, as soon as the storm passed, it's got these beautiful blue skies and it was gorgeous. Of course, I had to shovel the driveway too, but you know, the front walk and do all of that. But it was very picturesque. That's the kind of thing that, you know, when you see that, it's like, yeah, that's all right. That's all right. But, yeah, it's going to get like 0 degrees next weekend. So 0 degrees. I know, Lobsy, right? KrissPax part-time. It's that kind of market. So, Johanna, we're all fine on, or Will, I mean, we're all fine on our side. So Maybe you have to kick your computer or something. Kick your computer. Miami versus Indiana. Tonight's game. Go Canes. Go Canes. We start with this. Dogecoin crashes to 12 cents, but this market metric hints at hope. Is there hope? Do we have any hope? I know Trump is just going on and on about tariffs for EU countries now, and it's just like, is this tariff nightmare ever going to end? Is it ever going to end? The tariff nightmare, it continues to plague the crypto market. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dogecoin fell to a low, 12 cents on Coinbase crypto exchange. Fell more than 7% from 13.1 to 12 as the broader crypto market saw a major sell-off. Major cryptos fell. Fears of new U.S. tariffs on European goods triggered a broader sell-off across global markets. Now, was it all because of the tariffs, and was it all just retail selling in fear? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Because, as I posted, here we go, insiders selling. And why? Why did Coinbase and Bybit and Binance and Wintermute all sell? Because they were manipulating the market down, taking out leverage, which came in at about $850 million over the past 24 hours. Because we ended up with, right, all those degen leverage traders coming back in, thinking the market is finally going up. And so let's go out to the 3-day here. And so you end up with mass liquidations on the dip. Probably have to zoom out even further. Let me get this straight here. When's the last time we were at that level? This might show it. Slow. There we go. Yeah, all of that. So hundreds of millions of dollars on Bitcoin. Look at these. I mean, there's huge numbers down here. 89, 88. Still think Bitcoin's going to go down there and close that CME gap from the beginning of the year. But that's what that was. That was just taking out all of that leverage. And even Dogecoin, yes, our beloved dog coin, the Doge, got caught up in the liquidations as well. About $35 million just on Doge was all of that right there. And that was a lot. So whoever did all these shorts up here at like 15 cents, they're winning. They are winning right now. Unfortunately, that is what we have. But for now, again, we're recovering. We're recovering from last night's big dump on a very low volume day because today is Martin Luther King Day, United States holiday, and it just was a low volume trading. Obviously, last night on the big dump, there was big volume. And most of that, again, was based on Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin dumping took down the whole crypto market. That's what it was about. Also, however, gold hits a new all-time high. Silver hit a new all-time high. Silver is almost $100. Last I saw was 94. $100 silver. Gold, 4,664. It's now headed towards 5,000, a major 4.618 Fibonacci extension. No crystal ball here, but the faster gold blasts through to 5,000, the quicker we could see meaningful capital rotation out of precious metals and into Bitcoin. Do you think that's going to happen? You think when gold hits 5,000, all of a sudden a bunch of people are going to be selling gold They're going to sell gold with all the crap going on with Trump and the tariffs and all that mess? I don't think so. I don't see that happening. They're going to keep their gold. And silver too, yeah. Oopsie, exactly. Silver. Let's see what that looks like now. Still 94 bucks, but it did hit a new all-time high. It came up to about 94.6 or so. Was a new all-time high on silver. So yeah, pretty crazy over in the precious metals. But again, that's where people normally store. They store their wealth over there when there's risk in the other markets. Again, stock market didn't trade today, but it did have a dump at the last week. There was a dump. So we're going to see. We're going to see what happens tomorrow when trading starts on the stocks again. Look at that. Dow Jones is right near its all-time high. Crazy. Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin in an ascending channel? Well, it was. And that wick that came down on Bitcoin looks like it may have touched that line, but I think it's going to bleed out sideways. So sorry, Alan, I don't see that happening. Doge is, this was yesterday morning. This is what Trader Alan posted yesterday morning on Dogecoin. This quasi cup and handle thing, and that was before the dump. So he said Dogecoin is currently in the handle phase of the cup and handle, even though there was a spike up and then it got rejected. And I was like, oh, that's a weird looking handle, right? That's a weird looking handle on that Dogecoin chart, right? And then it totally got invalidated. So no on the cup and handle. Doge retest. Dogecoin is retesting a descending channel. And that was posted early this morning, but you see the wick down to 12 cents came all the way into Allen's resistance of the channel, retesting as support. No, it went lower. So that got invalidated. And then he's got this Doge sphere thing, some random point in space out here, has these lines, which don't really mean anything. And somehow he gets a fractal of a big breakout in Doge. So I don't know how that happens. Again, he's just making stuff up, right? And he continues making more stuff up. Doge RSI has dropped into the oversold zone. And again, this was, last night. Yeah, because we had the dip. And this was during the dip. And he said, yeah, this is oversold on the RSI on the 4-hour chart. So with that, we could start to see a little recovery. And there's Jason. Hey, there's our friend Jason. I bought some on the dip. Some of you guys bought on the dip too, right? 12-cent Doge. 12-cent Doge. Now here we say the Dogecoin price prediction, traders spot rare inverse head and shoulders chart. Rare inside inverse head and shoulders. And I'm just like, rare? It happens all the time. Except they're not really filling the whole head and shoulders because of rejections that happen. So it doesn't look like this. The head and shoulders doesn't look like this. No. Instead, and as I called out, this is what Ali was calling out a few days ago, was thinking that this was going to close up at 15.2 and would be the whole reverse head and shoulders, and we would be going up to 18 cents. Nope, that didn't happen. That did not happen as we got rejected all the way down to 12 cents. So many of these optimistic charts never play out. I mean, you guys know how I feel already about the market. And the uncertainty around Trump tariffs is just going to keep everything dragging on. Greenland, Venezuela, and like what's going to be next? Got the whole Iran thing going on. We got still Ukraine and Russia, and Canada's making deals with China now. It's just like, it's crazy. And none of that is going to make for crypto market to go up. I mean, you can talk about extended cycles and super cycles and all that stuff all you want. It's just, it's not looking good. However, Paulo Vidal, he's one of the Dogecoin devs, reminds us, right? Stop storing your crypto on exchanges. Use a self-custody Dogecoin wallet. So when you leave your coins on exchanges, those coins can end up, like this Coinbase here, they can end up being lent out to market makers and dumped. That could be your coins if they're sitting on an exchange. This is Binance Hot Wallet, right? Dumping. Bybit, dumping. And so this was Bitcoin. So if you're holding Bitcoin on Coinbase or Binance or Bybit, they're not just holding your Bitcoin. No, they're using it. They're dumping it on the market to dump the price, and then they rebuy back in at a lower price once they flush out all that leverage. That's what they're doing. And they can't do that without your crypto. So why are you holding crypto on exchanges? Why are you doing it? Because this is what's happening. This is what's happening. This was a funny little thing that popped up here from Kuno. This is still one of my favorite moments in crypto. And look, I don't really want to see people losing money, right? I'd like it that everybody makes money in crypto. Everybody gets filthy rich. I would love that. However, there are some communities, like let's say the Sheeb community, that just, and especially because Sheeb came out as the Dogecoin killer. So, right, if you keep your coins in your MyDoge wallet, then they're not dumping your Doge. Because they don't have it, you have it. And it becomes yours. So this was back in October of 2021. And this Shiba Inu account called Shiba Inu Hodler said, hey, Elon Musk, how much SHIB are you holding? And Elon actually responded. And he said, none. He said, none. And that's right when the SHIB price was starting to come back up right here. The SHIB price was starting to come back up, or like this. This is actually XBL, but like this. And this is what happened to the SHIB price, actually. Totally dumped. Huge dump in the SHIB price. ZB asks, hey, ask Rock, is that real? Yes, it's real. Elon Musk tweeted none on October 24th, 2021, leading to a 20% price drop in the token. Seems too fake to be true, but it is indeed real. SHIB. And lastly, the banks. You know how I feel about the banks, right? They want to get their grubby little paws on your crypto. They want your fees. They want to, so sure, they're going to custody your crypto, right? They're going to let you buy and sell crypto as long as they get their share. They're okay with that. They're not going to approve what the government is doing. They don't want crypto involved in any of that. But they'll take your crypto. They'll make money off of your crypto. They'll definitely do that. So in the little meme here, the guy's saying, I'm here to get permission to use my own money. Isn't that amazing? It's like you have a lot of money sitting in your bank account, let's say, and you want to actually withdraw it. They're not going to give it to you until you tell them what you're going to use it for. If it's a big amount of money. True. Same thing happened to me. Once I transferred back last January or early February, once I transferred all of that cash off of the exchanges after I took profits on that crypto, and I transferred all of that money to my Bank of America bank account. And then I needed to close on my house. And guess what Bank of America said? What are you going to use that money for? It's none of your damn business. It's my money. It's my money. You don't need to be asking me what I'm going to do with my money. So, I know it's been almost a whole year, hasn't it? It's been almost a whole year. So, yeah. So what's going on next week? A whole bunch of nothing. Today, Monday, January 19th, was nothing because it was here in the United States. Here in the United States, it's a holiday. Martin Luther King Day. Tuesday, nothing going on. Nothing going on. The World Economic Forum, who cares? I guess Trump is going to Davos maybe this week. And I guess that's where Trump is going to speak. 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday. Trump is speaking. What is he going to say? Right? So get ready for volatility. Huge volatility on Wednesday. What's Trump going to say? Of course, we have, the EU's President Lagarde is also going to speak a few hours after Trump. Yeah, market will dump. Exactly, A-Star. Thursday, we do have some data coming out from finally October's data on core PCE, personal income, and personal spending are going to be released. Well, it's about frickin' time. October was a long time ago now. So we have that going on. And then Friday, we've got core retail sales, retail sales. So not a big week this week in terms of like economic data going on. But we are watching the liquidations over the past 24 hours, 233 million on Bitcoin, 131 million on ETH, and $35 million on Doge taken out over the past 24 hours. Doge not holding on to 13 cents right now. $12.99. Let me guess. Trump will talk about how great he is, how terrible it is that allied NATO nations don't want to sell him all of their land under threat of military action. Yeah. Yep. This could be a big one, though. This could be a big one. Now, it might only be for 3 more years, because if the Democrats win the presidency in 2028, that means in 2029, whoever that Democrat president is going to undo everything Trump did. Going to undo it all. And even if this fall, if the Democrats take over Congress, then nothing is going to get done. It's going to be a battle of nothing, absolutely nothing. And even probably impeachment and who knows what else. It's going to be a mess. So that's why Kriss is calling bear market. Sorry, guys. Sorry. We have to grow the empire to stand off against China. If Elon launches SpaceX IPO, will you buy it? I never buy IPOs. Too much risk. Too much risk in IPOs. I don't buy them. President Jasmine Crockett. No way. There's no way, Ryan. Jasmine Crockett. Oh my God. The banks make you sign a form. God, I know, right? It's my money. I want it now. Nope. Only retail buys Doge. I know the ETFs are still like nothing. Look at the ETFs last week. You think anybody bought Doge ETFs last week? No, they were all zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All last week. Nobody bought ETFs for Doge last week. All zeros. Sad state of affairs. Sad state of affairs. So what's going on, guys? Q&A time. Trump is really working hard to hurt his party's chances in the midterm. He's just trying to get stuff done. I mean, personally, I don't like the method. I like a lot of the ideas behind it, but how he goes about doing it, markets don't like that. But that's Trump. That's what you get. Or AOC. I think still the bettors are have Gavin Newsom at the top. Yeah, Gavin Newsom. Yeah, I'm not buying. I am waiting for the summer. You heard a Satoshi wallet sold? I did not hear that, Harold. I did not hear that. I'll just ask Rock. Did the Satoshi wallet sell Bitcoin last night? Let's see what Grok says. No, the famous Satoshi Nakamoto wallet or wallets directly attributed to Boston's creator did not sell or move any Bitcoin. All core wallets widely associated have remained completely dormant since 2010. There have been rumors and viral posts on X claiming a Satoshi connected or Satoshi era wallet moved 10 Bitcoin to a new address. So Satoshi era. So yeah, that's fake news, Harold. Sorry. Fake news. Gotta ask Grok. Gotta ask Grok these things. BTOG did a reverse split. Wow. I didn't know that was happening. I was out of it the end of last week. Totally out of it. Let me see what I see here. BTOGs. Yep, suspended. Suspended. So that means, yeah, reverse split time. Yeah. God, it dropped all the way down to 9 cents. Oh, I see. Yeah, it looks like the announcement was made last Thursday. And it was selling at about 20 cents. Wow. Well, you know, that's most likely what's going to happen to Zone as well. I hope nobody was holding BitOrigin over the weekend, because then you're stuck and it's going to dump. It's absolutely going to dump tomorrow morning. So be careful out there. Don't hold a stock through a reverse split. Ever, ever, ever. You never win. You never win with that. It's a liquidity grab, a money grab. They're trying to reset. With more shares floating around. So that is not good. Let's see what the news says. Upcoming stock split this weekend. Yep. Yeah, it halted trading on Thursday. And then they announced the stock split. Not good. Yeah, I already predicted it for Zone months ago. And House of Doge was like, no, that's not happening. And I'm like, yeah, we'll see. What he should have done was let the economy recover. Well, I know Trump never does what he should do, especially since these new tariffs are more like sanctions. I know, right? It's true. Kind of agree. Trump gets elected acting this way. Big supporters. CDC, how you doing? Just glad Dogecoin got legitimized. So if they pass some bill to declassify crypto or whatever, right? And so that was a good thing for those ETFs, because it does legitimize Dogecoin. And it gets them under the guise of the SEC and gets them over with the CFTC, which is better. Actually, I remember Jeb Bush was kind of the early favorite before Trump showed up. I am learning with sliced profits. Would I rather risk missing the top by waiting or miss the top by selling slices early? Yeah. Waiting means you could wait for a long time. You sold everything but your Bitcoin and ETH? The tariffs and Trump, we don't like that. Hey, Yeely, how are you? I'm buying very little. I know, did you see XRP? XRP went all the way down to $1.85. Now back up near $2. Going to pay off your credit cards and restart. I think that's a great idea. Get out of that credit card debt, Harold. I agree. Where's the Trump token at? I haven't looked at it. I don't really follow it much anymore after I dumped it. But it's a lot lower price than where I sold it for. $5. $5. It went down to $4.65 on the dip last night. Now $5 for the Trump token. I'm not touching that. Gonna have to take the L on the BTOG. Yeah, I didn't buy BTOG. I bought Zone and I lost a lot on that. So, Anthony, how are you? Nope, I haven't listened to that. Lorian Testard. I get so much going on. Yeah, such pay. Some big announcement tomorrow. We'll see. Did they post the 1? Because yesterday was 2. Did they post 1 at such pay? Yes, they did. 5 hours ago and I missed it. 4, 3, 2, 1. So tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow's the day. What is at such pay doing tomorrow? There was a countdown. Just make a little post here. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Danny, how are you? Yep, it's all about the tariffs. Dump was expected. But I didn't know tariffs would be. Yeah, it's the EU versus Trump. All over Greenland, of all places. Who thought Greenland would all of a sudden become such an important landmass, right? Everybody's talking about Greenland now. Yes. We just looked at that on Grok here right before you got here. It was a Satoshi era wallet. A Satoshi era wallet. It wasn't an actual Satoshi wallet. So yep. Now, according to this post, it said the wallet moved 10 Bitcoin, or about $956,000, to a new address. So I didn't hear $500 million in Bitcoin. I didn't hear that. No need to fear. Everything eventually falls underneath the long arm of the law. The wallet is tagged as 5,000 BTC. Yeah, what's going to happen at the end of the Trump thing? Well, that's years away now, so years away. Stablecoins. Stablecoins are not cryptocurrencies. I will say that again. Stablecoins are not cryptocurrencies. I only have USDC right now. I'm still holding the KrissPax DCA portfolio in Bitcoin, Doge, ETH, Litecoin, and some Crow tokens. That's about it. That's about all I got left now. I need to re-up my Doge. I had to sell it all. Long-term believer. Well, you're still going to get some dips. Yep, I think it's going to go down. You're going to get it cheaper. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't remember him saying Greenland back in 2019. But I know he's been talking about it since his second term started. Oh, the lucky miner is not good. Well, it's not lucky. Sorry to hear that. Not lucky. USDC kind of sits there like my buying power on Robinhood. Right, you're getting some yield on it though, right? $500 million in Bitcoin. Yep, I'd sell. Sold 30% of my Pengu last week. 10% chunks. Plan is to buy back the amount I sold for under a penny and hold the remaining cash for lower prices. It sounds like a good plan. It did dip below a penny last night on the flash crash. Went about to 0.0095. I think it will revisit that. I mean, that's where it was. They're all at the end of December, right? That last week. It was at 0.0089. So that might be something you target. I can get rid of this. Don't need that anymore. This was the, what does the bottom price look like? And it's 0.002 is the bear market bottom. 0.002 is the 1.618. Remember I did my bear market bottom video? Bear market bottoms. 0.002. Probably the end of the summer. I'm looking at that. Are we going to get down there? We'll see. We will see. It's certainly nowhere near its purple box, which is way up there. We wait. I have patience. The Bitcoin whale is Kriss. I wish. I wish. Well, has the House of Doge, it's a good question. Has the House of Doge posted anything? House of Doge. January 8th is the last time they posted. That was that Japanese news. We covered that. So that was like a week and a half ago. So they have not posted anything for a week and a half. So they're probably posting tomorrow, right? House of Doge is going to post something tomorrow. It could be big. Could be big. The timing to max out on Bitcoin, late 26 or early 27. Well, that would fit in with the true 4-year cycle, because the bottom was in, I want to say late November, early December 2022. That was that $15,600 Bitcoin. And that would fit in actually with the news event, particularly if the Democrats in the United States win the midterm elections. That's going to be November of this year. So expect volatility. Expect volatility. You're gaining interest on the buying power. Yep. And that's what I'm going to be doing too, once I get through paying my taxes. Oh, the bear market bottom price? No, that was Pengu. That was not Doge. Glad you made it though, Alvin. Yeah. Yeah, that whole all eyes on bonds thing. But again, that was a long time ago. That wasn't just several months ago. That was a long time ago. And so they would have missed out on some potential profits. It hasn't all been down since we had the discussion about bonds. You like the House of Doge banner? Yeah, pretty good. Sometimes I really hate House of Doge. Man, it just takes a long time for stuff to happen. They say they're still building. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that whole Japanese thing that really didn't do much to Dogecoin's price. Again, these little news bits are just so small. The overall market, Doge can't overcome unless it gets big news. And that's not it. So House of Doge said on January 1st that in the new year, we're going to have major announcements, new projects, new partners, real world Dogecoin utility. Stay tuned. So that was it. That's what they said 19 days ago. New projects, new partners, real world Dogecoin utility. And we know that they are partnered with SuchPay in some manner. Tomorrow. Yeah, the bond guy was like April. Yeah. That's what I remember, Nick. Doge is becoming a candidate of the Capital Destruction Club. It's all about timing. If you hit the timing right. Again, I bought most of my Doge at 6 cents, 7 cents, in that range. After the 2-cent Doge that I bought 5 years ago now. It is timing. Yeah, the Indy 500 car ended up being a big nothing. Big nothing burger. Right? It was a nothing burger. Well, thank you, Alvin. Appreciate it. At least until we hit $1. I hope to be live streaming when Dogecoin hits $1. That is my hope. Dogecoin to $1. Well, I'm consistent of anything else, and I have no plans on stopping the YouTube channel. So I just continue doing my thing. The bond guy booted out. Did I boot the bond guy or did he just go by himself? I don't remember. The black bean burger, yeah. My vegetarian son eats black bean burgers. A nothing burger, right? Without the beef. Yeah. You get a bun and you got cheese and lettuce and tomato. And no beef. Where's the beef? Where's the beef? You look smart selling that 33 Doge. Was it really worth it? I don't know. If Ryan says he doesn't think he was booted, then that's probably right, because Ryan remembers everything. Just when you got your average price down to 19 cents. It's like, yeah. People have to learn. When you're up, take some profits. I know it's hard. It's the psychology thing, Will. It's all about the psychology. And we saw it a year ago, especially in December. I even got caught up a little bit after I took my first slice. I was waiting for 50 cents, like half $1, making a big deal of it too. 50 cents, half $1. That will be an awesome price. And that's when I was going to be selling more. And it got to 48 cents. And I was hoping for a little push at the Trump inauguration or something, and it went the other way. Thanks to the stupid Trump token. So, and then I thought, well, maybe that'll get over, it'll rebound. And then Trump started, he took office, started talking about tariffs. The price was going down more. And I was like, oh, that's it. That's it. I've been holding Doge since 2021. You've got 1 million Dogecoins. Average is 30 cents, but we're still holding. One day it'll pay off. Although I wish I would have sold some in 24. Yeah. It is what it is. I get it. A lot of people are in the same boat. You're not alone. And a lot of people have 1 million Dogecoin, but they're storing it. They're safely keeping it for the long term, for the future. We don't know what's going to happen, but 4 years from now, is Dogecoin going to be 13 cents? I kind of think not. I think it's going to be a lot higher. Who's got 4 more years to wait? I know some of you guys do. Down bad, but in spot. Well, that's good. Don't do leverage, right? I have conviction for the Doge ecosystem, Doge OS, good thing coming, Doge rewards, all of that. Yeah, we don't know what that is going to really look like, but it's coming. That's what we hear. It is coming. All yours on your ledger, stored safely. Awesome. Paulo will be very proud of you. Again, he says, stop storing your crypto on exchanges. Use a self-custodial Dogecoin wallet. Stop storing your crypto on exchanges. Good words of advice. Hey, Joe, you can handle another 4 years? I'll be hanging out. I'm planning on buying more, possibly this summer. That's what I'm looking to do. I do not know when that Trump tariff Supreme Court ruling is supposed to come now. It's been delayed twice already. So I don't know. Check out the 333-week moving average for Doge. The 33-week. Okay. Let's go to the weekly. And then you want the 33-week. This is the 100-week. Is that? $333. Well, look at that. That looks to be support, doesn't it? The 333-week moving average. Hey, Flo, who came up with this? Who came up with this? 333-week moving average. Look at that. That was the bottom of 2023. That was the bottom of 2022. Who came up with this? 333-week moving average. Wow. So it dipped below on October 10th. And we had a little dip below here the last week of December. We are right there. That's pretty interesting. Flo, where did this come from? Let me know. That's pretty interesting. 333-week moving average. I mean, that is support. That is support forever for Doge. Strong support. This is when Dogecoin popped down to like 5.75 cents. We were buying right there into September, early October 2023, and it was at the 333-week support line. Wow. That's very, very interesting. We'll have to keep that in mind. Not taking the L. Do I hold Monero? Nope. I am making my portfolio smaller, reducing the number of cryptos I hold. The way I look at it, I got 3 years to profit on this Doge. That's how long Trump has left in office. Some of us are no good with passwords. Can you give us a tutorial on what we're getting into with the Dogecoin wallet? Yeah, it's just when you set up a wallet, let's say on MyDoge, right? I'm going to show you. MyDoge. So let's say you get a MyDoge wallet, right? Just for your Doge, because they only hold Doge on this. You can't hold Bitcoin on a MyDoge wallet. Only Dogecoin. In the future, I think you can hold other coins when they come out with the next version. I think you're going to be able to hold other coins. But right now, it's only Doge. So when you set this up, it gives you 12 words. That's your seed phrase, the 12 words. Other wallets, it's 24 words. But for MyDoge, it's 12. 12 words. So when you're setting up the Doge, have a piece of paper and a pen with you and write down the words. You also should write down the words because it is going to ask you to repeat the 12 words in order to create the wallet. It wants to know and make sure that you know what your 12 words are. Then you take that piece of paper and you put it somewhere where only you will remember where it is, because you don't want anybody else getting their hands on your seed phrase. It can be a Bible, right? Or it could be, just stuck in a book somewhere. But it's a book that you'll remember where it is in case you need it. And you never give those words to anybody, ever, 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 ever. People will ask. You never give your seed phrase or your words to anybody. So it's not a password. It's 12 words, and that's your seed phrase. But you have it written down on a piece of paper, and you have it stored somewhere. So if you ever need to restore your wallet for one reason or another, you have your words. That's it. That's it. I have no affiliation with MyDoge, but that's what I use for all my tipping and giveaways and all that is a MyDoge wallet. I love it. It's awesome for Doge. If Doge rallies up to 19 cents, you're going to cash out 90%. There's a token called 6-7. Of course there is. Of course there is. 6-7. No, it's not on TradingView. Is that a stupid pump.fun token? There's a 6 token. There's a 6-7. There's a 6-7. There's so many, and you never know what one you're talking about. There's one called 6-7. It's been trading for 5 minutes. Is this the one you're talking about? Or is this just another one? Oh, it was 2 months ago. and it had like no trading. Somebody set this up and nobody bought it. So I don't know. I don't spend too much time on these random tokens. I know you should have bought that, right? Right. Hey, you know, when it comes to Dogecoin and how many coins you hold, everybody's in a different financial position, right? So some people are comfortable holding 1 million and some people 10,000 because you're in a different financial position. To you, 16,000 coins is cool. I mean, that's what works for you. Again, it's a risk, right? And anything with crypto is a risk. So you're not in a financial position to risk as much as other guys who have 1 million Doge. So yeah, can't wait till bottom of the bear market to buy lots of Doge and XRP. And we're never going to be able to time the bottom exactly. I got pretty close in 2023. I got pretty close. This was one of my best purchases, was this one here. Where's my... It was on this spreadsheet right here. Because we were DCAing Doge. This is the summer of 2023. And then it got to the end here, right here on October 9th. 14,000 Dogecoin at 5.885 cents. 5.885 cents. 14,000 Dogecoin right there. And then up here on 9/11/2023, I bought 33,000 Dogecoin at 5.95. So those two purchases there, 5.95 and 5.88, was almost 50,000 Dogecoin. I mean, that was the bottom, or close to the bottom. Yep. So it can be done. Get close. If Dogecoin starts making some millionaires, I'm pretty sure that's all the hype we would need. Yeah, it's got a long way to go, though. Joe recommends a fire safe. That's a good idea. I got completely out of crypto, ended up making 2%. Have all that money in monthly dividend stocks now. Waiting for the summer to rebuy. Yeah. Do I agree with Trump wanting to take Greenland, whether Denmark likes it or not? No, I do not. I do not. I think there's a way to work something out that is some other kind of agreement where the United States can get more of a stake in Greenland, but Denmark and the EU can have a smaller stake or whatever. I think there's something like that can happen. Hey, Chuck, how are you? Work. Driving home now? Keep your eyes on the road. Did you guys see what happened in Michigan today? I was like, whoa, I got to repost that. That was this. Over 100 cars and trucks. Did you guys see this? It's like, man. Must have been some blinding storm, right? Just total whiteout. And then once you have your first accident, nobody can see what's ahead. and they just all plow into each other. Some of them were able to stop. Many were not. It was like, whoa, what a mess. That's crazy. How do they get out of that mess? So very slowly. But all these guys behind who did stop, they just have to sit there now and wait until this all gets cleaned up. That's crazy. Wow. Stuff like that is worth posting. Of course, if you guys don't already follow me, I am here on X at KrissPax. Give me a follow. Also, I wrote a article, kind of, called How to Write a Great Article. It's kind of my little play on the whole X article competition thing. So I encourage people to click on my article and repost it just for the fun of it. Just repost it for the fun of it, because I'm making fun of the X competition where Elon says they're giving away $1 million for one new article written on X. And there's some guy who already says he thinks he's going to win it because he's got over 1 million views on his article. And I'm just like, oh, it's a popularity contest is what it is. And I say that within my article. It doesn't matter how great the article is. It doesn't matter how well written the article is. It's all about the views. So I encourage, I just posted it today. So I encourage people to click on my article called How to Write a Great Article. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how great it is. Because that's not what's going to win. It's not going to be the most well-written article. So anyway, have fun with that. Just one of those things. Is my package in that FedEx truck. Don't crypto chart and drive. I would have parked over there just to get out of work. Looks like GTA. So cold and stuck. The accident started because some guy was on his phone looking at crypto charts. Wow, I'm not texting and driving. Insurance companies are going to be busy. Crikey. How do they get out of that mess? I know. It's like, wow. I feel if Greenland became a territory, Greenland would prosper more than now. I don't know. I watched one of these videos of like what is Greenland and its whole history and the weather patterns and all that. It's like nobody wants to live there. Nobody would really want to live in Greenland. There's no trees because of the way that the wind goes. There's no birds. There's no there. You can't plant anything. It's all rock, pretty much. It doesn't have anything. There's no vegetation in Greenland that has any seeds. They have to import everything. So it's wicked expensive because everything needs to be shipped in. It finally has its first airport as of last year. It had no airport before that. Greenland would not be a fun place to live. No, thank you. No, thank you. What's up, Kronos? How are you? Thank you, Joe. It's just a fun thing, you know. He was trying to buy Doge. How do you invest in copper? I have no idea. I've never gotten into the actual precious metal, like how an exchange works or how you buy it. I have no idea. But if you're interested in investing in copper, yeah, just ask Grok. Grok will help you out. That's what I like about Grok, is just so easy to ask questions to. Right, Danny? In Greenland, nothing is green. In Iceland, there's no ice. Isn't that wild? They should have flipped names at some point in time, right? I know, electric cars, copper. You think you're going to just stay in Hawaii? That's probably a wise choice. That's probably a wise choice, because this isn't fun. But I mean, look how beautiful. Look how beautiful Boston is when you get this nice, beautiful kind of wet, fluffy snow. It sticks to all the tree branches. It's like, it's very beautiful. Yesterday it wasn't beautiful. It was coming down like, you know what? It was like 6 or 8 inches of snow here, which isn't bad. There's been worse. But for this year, this was the biggest snow so far. And it made for a great Patriots game yesterday with the snow falling down in Foxborough. But yeah, pretty nice. That picture is shot by my iPhone. You know, the iPhone's actually a pretty good camera. It's a pretty good camera. Looks like about 6 or 7 inches. Always, Ryan. Oh. I know. Great football game. And next week against Denver without Bo Nix, could be Patriots going back to the Super Bowl. We're all excited here in Boston. That's what she said. Of course, somebody was going to say that, CDC. Hope everyone has an awesome day. The hatred for snow is very, very deep. You know, I'm not really enjoying it either. I'm not enjoying it. Oh, we got our pinger going off. We got our pinger going off. All the new longs are just getting wiped out now. Here we go. ETH. A lot of ETH longs. Whoa, Bitcoin just had a big cluster. Here we go again. ETH. They're getting them. So anybody who jumped on an ETH leveraged long, once ETH started going up, they just got liquidated. That was probably from this morning, or maybe early the afternoon. They're just getting liquidated. Here we go again. Red candles. God, I hate crypto sometimes. Right? It's like, man, right when you start getting the thing moving up, right? You're starting to see a little gain here, recovery, let's go. Nope, can't have any fun. Can't have any fun. Yeah, your Seahawks look good there, Ryan. I didn't watch the game because I can't, because I'm in Massachusetts watching with Verizon Fios, and Verizon is having a dispute with like Cox Media that partners with the Fox television station, and I don't get the Fox television station. I can't watch anything on Fox. So if I want to watch the Seahawks-Rams game next Sunday, after the Patriots, I got to go somewhere else to watch it. It's like stupid. A lot of L's for Verizon. You know, the Fios is awesome for internet connection. It's so much better than Comcast Xfinity. That's been awesome. But this whole thing with Fox, how are people longing? Exactly, DC. How are people longing? I mean, just giving your money away. I think those are all that thought that we would get a V-shaped recovery and we'd be back, you know, all the way back up where we were last night. Nope. Doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Who made me buy crypto? It's probably my fault, Compo. In some way or another, it's probably my fault. Just like Ryan, you do know that Charlotte said that this dump was my fault, right? This dump was my fault because I didn't live stream over the weekend, especially on Sunday when this dump was happening. If I had been here, I could have stopped it. And I'm just like, yeah. Yes, Verizon Fios is better than Xfinity. Very happy with it. Of course she did. Yeah, that's what she does. It's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. I really mean it, it's me. If Dogecoin hits $1, you might come back to Boston, but probably not in the wintertime. Should come in the summer. Boston's really nice. Or actually late spring and early fall. Those are the best times. Those are the best times. Weather beautiful, have the windows all open. That's pretty nice. But this is just going to continue, whatever's going on now. Should have sold my sheep and taken the $100 loss. I blame you. I'll take it. Oh, no, you're blaming. Oh, you're blaming Compo. You're not blaming me. It's Compo's fault. Now you guys are blaming each other. And like and subscribe. Of course, CDC. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Oh, my God. Well, I tell you what I'm doing, and I'm doing nothing right now in crypto. I'm not buying. I'm not selling. I'm holding what I got. I'm riding it out. With what I got now, I'm riding it out. I did a little bit of tax loss harvesting at the end of 2025, cut some losses on some to lower my capital gains. But yeah, that's about it. Hey, Ryan, where is the cheese Danish? Where is our friend Nick? All-in price to buy more? It's 6.7 cents. 6.7. That's the magic price. 6.7. That's when Ryan is going all in on Doge. I mean, he's already kind of all in, but he'll scrape like underneath the cushions on his couch, right, to find any more money so he can get all the Doge he can at 6.7 cents. The magic number. I blame Lloyd Ostertag. Yeah. Lloyd Ostertag. Those were good days. May 8th, 2021. One day of infamy for Lloyd Ostertag. All in. Exactly, Ron. Exactly. All right, gang, this is what we got for tonight. It's just like I was hoping we'd get a little more up action here. Not happening. Not right now. So we will see tomorrow morning what's going to happen with the stock market when it opens. Well, actually tonight, later tonight, futures will open. Futures trading. It's going to be red. All the Trump tariff stuff with the EU over Greenland. Like, oh, what a mess. What a mess. So anyway, I hope everyone has a great Monday night. I'll be back again tomorrow. So, oh, Charlotte makes an appearance. You were here earlier, weren't you? And then you left. Now you're back. Well, glad you could make it, but I am hanging up now. Hanging up. I hope everybody has a great evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.